A lot of you guys have said, oh my god, no hi guys at the beginning of videos, what's going on? Unsubscribing, ha ha. Also, some of you guys have been like, oh thank god she stopped saying hi guys. Anyway, I look really flushed today because, well, we've had the heating on. Anyway, today's video, I thought I would finally get round to doing Beauty Blender versus Sili Sponge, not challenge, but like test, yes, the test. Which a lot of people have done, but I've been dying to try these things for a long time, and I'm finally getting around to it. I can't remember where these are from, but they were sent to me in a PO box opening. If you look back at some of my PO box openings, then you can find out where they're from. Without further ado, I'm going to get started on the test. I think I'm going to do left side with Beauty Blender and right side with Sili Sponge. I've got actually two different Sili Sponges to try, so I'm going to try one up here and one down here. The foundation I'm going to be testing it with today is Revlon's Color Stay, and the shade I'm using is 250 Fresh Beige. I wanted to try it with a liquid foundation rather than like a stick foundation or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead with our trusted Beauty Blender first, and I'm gonna dollop some on the fat side of my Beauty Blender and go in and start. I don't know why I do this, guys. When I film videos and I'm talking a lot, I just go into different accents. I really don't know why I do it. People think I'm taking the mick out of different accents and that, but I'm not. Like, it's just something that I do, and I know a lot of people do that, like even my mum does it. Or you know those people that transition into the person that they're talking to? So if you're on the phone to your Welsh friend or something, and you just start talking in a Welsh accent, like I'm one of those people. Anyway, I am gonna go in and put that everywhere. I'm also gonna apply my foundation under my eyes as a concealer. I can't be bothered using a concealer for the test as well as the foundation, so like, that's a long thing, bruv, okay? Anyway, so obviously as usual, Beauty Blender is fabulous. By the way, I currently have moisturized and prepped my face with coconut oil. Today I want quite a natural finish, because basically I can't be bothered doing contouring and blush or anything else. I'm literally just gonna go out with just foundation on. Beauty Blender obviously doing a fabulous job. I'm gonna do me foreheads as well. Just the left hand side, obviously. I don't know what's going on, guys, but I think I'm breaking out into adult acne, because look, well, you can't see it that much now because I put my foundation on, but I'm breaking out around here, and I don't normally ever break out there. Okay, now I'm gonna go in under my eyes with the pointy bit. Way, la 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 la. And then I probably will do a second layer under my eyes, as I would with a concealer. So, you know. Look how easy it is with the Beauty Blender, guys, honestly. We've got to do by my eyebrows. This foundation is literally my perfect shade. I'm actually gonna just let it sit for a few seconds under my eyes and then go in and blend it. And we will do the same with the Sili Sponge. If I come up a bit closer, you can see the difference in my skin on both sides. I should have done my lips. Oh, I should do your lips. So there we go. Okay, now let's do Sili Sponge on the right bottom half of my face. And with the bottom half, I'm gonna test the one that seems to be a bit firmer and slightly thicker than the other one, because evidently you can get different kinds of Sili Sponges, unless I'm mistaken, and Sili Sponge is like a brand and there's just one real one. I actually don't know. I haven't really researched this because I still see it as like just one of them things that you see on Amazon. I could be mistaken. Anyway, here it is dolloped on. Okay, I'm just patting it on as I would with the blender, and I'm gonna start blending, like literally just like painting it on. Like, how would you do it? Would you paint it on? Or would you dab? I guess I'll just dab. Should I just dab like a blender? I don't know. Like the dabbing thing doesn't seem to work. So like my instant reaction is to like stroke it in, like, you know, like that, like you would with a brush. Genuinely, how do people use this? Because like it's so streaky, look. Can you see the streak? I'm just gonna keep dabbing until something happens. This is what my Sili Sponge is looking like so far. Not a lot of product on it actually. Oh no! Oh, Sid, please get me a wipe, makeup wipe. I just dropped it on my trousers. Okay, I'm really not enjoying this. It feels sticky and it feels like bitsy. It feels sticky and bitsy, but I think that's the most it's gonna get blended, and it does look blended pretty much, but not really. It's not really doing anything on the nose. It's just like sitting on it, but it's not blended. It's just like, you can just see the skin, whereas that side of my nose is pretty foundationed. Okay, whatever, that's enough for the bottom side. Now I'm gonna go ahead and try the thinner Sili Sponge that I have, and it's also less firm and a bit wrinkly, and it's got a bit of glitter in it for some reason. And I'm gonna do my forehead and the rest of my nose and underneath my eyes with it. So we'll start with a bit less this time, I think. Okay, this one is a little bit more grippy. I feel like I really need to be careful because I feel like the foundation is just like gonna fly everywhere, you know? Like all over my scarf because it's so slippy. There's not much precision because it's a flat product. I actually haven't watched the reviews of any other YouTubers. I've just seen a lot of thumbnails for it. Maybe it's because I'm doing it wrong, I don't know. But so far it's taking a lot longer to blend. Like, can you see under my eyes? Very wet and streaky. I don't like the feeling. It feels wet. I hate it when you're applying makeup and the wet feeling is taking ages to go. I hate that. But I'm just gonna keep dabbing it. Stroking thing doesn't seem to help. It's just making streaks. If I come up really close and stroke away, like you can kind of see that. Whereas if I dab, it's slightly better, which I guess is just like makeup application that generally works for most applicators. Right, but slowly it is setting itself into my skin and looking okay. We can already tell like it's taking me flipping ages to like get this looking half decent. Okay, from like far away, like you can get away with it, like it looks like fine, doesn't it? Hold on, I need to do a second application under my eyes actually, like I did with the beauty blender, so I'll just go ahead and do that. There's definitely one thing for certain with the Sili Sponge is that you definitely don't need as much product as you do with the beauty blender because it literally doesn't go anywhere. I literally applied the same amount under my eyes as I did with the beauty blender, but look how much more is actually under there, whereas with the beauty blender it was just exactly what I needed. So bear that in mind, that when you're using this, literally use half the amount that you would dollop onto a beauty blender, which I suppose is a bonus because you are saving your makeup, which in turn will save you money. However, I don't know if that's good when the application looks like shit. I feel slimy, guys, really slimy now. Okay, I think that's about as much as I'm gonna be able to get it blended. You also have a lot of excess makeup on your fingers when using the Sili Sponge, whereas with the beauty blender, obviously it's not as much. So this side is beauty blender. I still feel like it's pretty much a flawless application. If I try and bring you guys a bit closer on my nose, this side seems to be a bit like fluffier. I'm not sure if you can see it, but also the mustache area, there's a certain section over here that it looks like little clumps of foundation that literally won't blend anymore. And I literally think that is because there's too much foundation on it, because the Sili Sponge obviously literally doesn't soak up anything. Also the eyelid area, overall from this distance, it looks fine, everything looks fine. But to me in the mirror, I'm like, holy shit, that looks cakey as hell. I 100% wouldn't use this thing again. Like literally, I'm not using these again. They are horrible. Oh, should we try it now? The stick foundation. Okay, I know what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna wipe this off and we're gonna do the whole thing again, but with a stick foundation, one that's thicker, and we'll see if that makes any difference whatsoever. I'm back, guys, and I'm going to be now doing the same thing all over again, but testing it with Revlon's Photo Ready Instafix foundation, which is a stick foundation. Without further ado, I shall start applying. About right. Okay, so let's blend with Sili Sponge. Ready? Oh, see, this is a bit different now because I put the foundation on my face first rather than on here, obviously because it's a stick foundation. So it's actually not doing as bad as it did with the liquid one. This isn't grossing me out right now like it did earlier, which is good. Okay, this foundation looks a bit too light for me, but you know, I would normally warm it up with bronzer and that, which I'm not gonna do in this video. Okay, now for the other side with the blender. Again, the beauty blender side was a lot quicker to blend in than the Sili Sponge. However, this time around the Sili Sponge actually didn't do that bad, but I think that's down to the stick foundation texture rather than a liquid foundation. Same kind of result going on around the eye and nose area. Like you can see, like nothing's happening, like it's just moving it around rather than blending it. Okay, so it was a bit better with a stick foundation compared to a liquid foundation, but I still don't think I would go and pick this up again. To be honest with you, I know for sure that I probably won't. 100% beauty blender wins. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, I don't know, maybe you can let me in the comments. Maybe this whole thing was a waste of time because I did it all wrong, but who cares, it's still content. Something I didn't mention earlier, when I took off the liquid foundation earlier on, the Sili Sponge side came off a lot quicker than the beauty blender side. And that's probably because it hadn't fully sunken in, so makes sense. Bearing in mind, I haven't set it at all with a powder or a setting spray. There's literally nothing on it other than a foundation, so. It's a no from me for the Sili Sponge. I think I'll stick to beauty blender or makeup brushes or even fingers, I think, would do a better job. So without further ado, I'm going to leave you now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Till next time.